Hey guys, MegaMat1254 here again, and today we are taking a look back at the PS2 era of gaming. More specifically, a series on the PS2, which has grown quite a lot since its initial release back on November 4th, 2002. It has grown to be one of my favorite game series of all time, and now I have to keep a promise I made way back when I started making videos. So with that all said, let's look at the origins of Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank was made by Insomniac Games, who previously worked on the original Spyro trilogy, still waiting on that remake Activision. Insomniac would then go on to make the Resistance trilogy, which I still have yet to play, Sunset Overdrive, which I have played a little, but I wasn't a big fan of, and the new Spider-Man game coming out early next year. Really hoping Spider-Man lives up to the hype, as he is my favorite Marvel hero. But enough of that, let's get straight to the review. This game is a platformer and a third-person shooter, and a good one at that. It is filled with lots of things to do, like collecting gold bolts or collecting all the weapons for all the challenges that come ahead. And if you collect 1 million bolts, you unlock the Rhino, which is extremely powerful and can one-shot most enemies. It is quite satisfying to collect all these bolts and weapons. I personally love collectathons. They're very fun to play in my opinion, because I just love the appeal of getting everything in your inventory. Just a heads up, this game gets extremely difficult at times, especially near the end, where you are heavily outnumbered and have all the odds against you. On my scale, the gameplay gets 8 out of 10. The graphics are dated in today's standards, but at the time, these were good graphics for the PS2, but it is definitely not the best for its time. For example, I can find other PS2 games that look a lot better than this, like Ratchet and Clank 3, Tekken 5, GTA San Andreas, Gran Turismo 4, and the Jak and Daxter trilogy. But these are not at all bad graphics. They just could have looked better. They're not bad. The graphics are very cartoony and are quite nice to look at while playing. If you are considering buying this game, I would get it for the PS3, because you get 2 other games which I will be reviewing in the near future when the time comes. In my opinion, the graphics are good, but not great. On my scale, the graphics get 7 out of 10. The music was composed by David Burgaud, and he has done an amazing job at making the soundtrack for this game. It immerses you into all the multiple planets that you will be exploring. In my opinion, the music from the PS2 Ratchet games are way better than the Ratchet games on the PS3 and PS4. Much better job done with the original trilogy, music-wise. Every piece of music helps set the tone of what kind of environment you will be in during that time. For that reason, I think the soundtrack deserves a 10 out of 10. Now here are a few samples of the soundtrack from this game. This game is very fun and intense at times. I love finding and obtaining all the weapons you can get throughout the game, and breaking boxes to collect bolts. Oh, and there are even power-ups that you can obtain to help you collect some of the gold bolts. Are in some impossible to reach places without them. In my opinion, the game does not get stale for a while, and is very fun. There is always something to do, like shooting bad guys, collecting bolts, collecting gold bolts, going through the story, which is quite good, but I won't spoil anything here. All you need to know is that Ratchet and Clank is a timeless classic, in my opinion, and I strongly recommend you go and buy it, and go through the whole trilogy, and even check out the PS3 games if you are interested. On my scale, the fun factor gets 9 out of 10.
What we do here is
9 out of
go
10,
back,
a
back,
timeless
back,
classic.
back, back.
Ratchet and Clank is a great game, and is a great first game to start off a great series. The game is very fun to control, and finding all the weapons and using them for the first time was always a joy for me personally. The game has aged well, in my opinion, and I recommend you buy it if you enjoy platformers, collectathon, shooters, or just good games in general. Just a couple side notes here. I'm still taking Let's Play requests till next Wednesday, so if you want to see your favorite games get played and reviewed here on the channel, I will read your requests and most likely reply. And my second channel will be launching soon. With that all said and done, thank you all for watching, love you, and goodbye.